for another edition of a review for Queen Sugar Season 2, Episode 4. So this episode, I want to say the theme of it was everyone gets some therapy. That should be the title of it. So we start out, Nova and Micah, they go down to New Orleans to the 9th Ward, I believe, to go volunteer to help rebuild Habitat for Humanity houses. And unbeknownst to Nova, Micah and Charlie were supposed to go to their first session of therapy. And I believe Micah knew, but he wanted to go do something, I guess, more productive with this time, which left Charlie there with the therapist to open up about her past and her childhood. So, let's start with Micah and Nova. So they're there building a house, and then guess who shows up? Dr. Dubois. He shows up looking like a chocolate milk dud, honey, ready to nail some hammers, do you hear me? Or hammer some nails. So, they're working out and they're getting to know each other better. And Michael's looking at him like, okay, so who is this, Nova? And Nova's like, this is Dr. Dubois. And Michael's looking at him like, oh, okay, Dr. Dubois. So, Charlie calls Nova, and she's going off on Nova, talking about, this is Michael and I's first therapy session, and he's missing out. And Nova's like, I'm sorry, I didn't know. So, I'm going to tell you in a minute what Charlie's really upset about, but we'll get there. So, back at the Habitat site, David shows up to pick up Micah, and they're going to go hang out and spend some daddy-son time. While they're there, the news reporters are there filming a segment about why Habitat for Humanity is so important and impactful to the community. And this, I guess, coordinator for Habitat is giving an interview, and she catches Davis's eye. And Davis is all enthralled with how she looks, and he's like, who is this? And they come over, and he gives a quick snippet of his intake or his insight into how important Habitat is. So she likes what he says, and they had their little contact. Okay, so we get back to Charlie, and Charlie's in the therapist's office, and Charlie's like, you know what, since Michael's not going to be here, we can just cancel for another time. The therapist is like, well, you know what, actually, let's go ahead and take some time to talk about you. So she asked her questions about how her mother was, and why do you think what her mother did made Charlie a control freak, and Charlie didn't like that. Charlie likes to be in control, of course, and she didn't like people getting into her foundation, if you will, her internal clock that makes her tick. She likes to be recluse and be in control at the same time, and for someone to go ahead and open that up and expose her, if you will, she didn't care for that. So it was nice to see that other side of Charlie and to see her sit there and think why the way she is. Okay, so back with Davis and Micah, they're out there shooting hoops, and they're playing this game of horse, if you will. For every 3-point shot that we get, we can ask each other a question. So Davis goes first, and he asks Micah the obvious question, did those cops rough you up? And Michael's like, no. It was just really surprising. I know it was a traumatic experience, but the way he was acting like someone had touched him or hurt him. But he says, no, I was just scared, and I just didn't like being in an environment where I wasn't in control. I wonder where we heard that before. So then Micah makes a shot, and Micah asks Davis, are you a sex addict? And he's like, no, I just don't know what I want. I'm from a world where as long as I got that ball in that basket, I can get whatever I want. So I was just accustomed to getting what I want, so I took it. I love your mother, but, I was just greedy. Basically, he didn't say that, but I wanted to say that for him. You're just greedy. You didn't appreciate what you had. So, let's talk about before we go there, so Nova and Dr. Dubois, they go out for ice cream, and Dr. Dubois is actually opening up to Nova and telling her, hey, you know what, I like you. And Nova don't know how to act. I think Nova's issue is she is not ready to let someone love her for real. I don't know if she thinks she's undeserving, if that's something out of her norm, because she really doesn't go for black guys. But she's not ready for it, so we think. And then we get a call from Charlie asking Nova to come over. So pause that. So let's talk a little bit about Ralph Angel. Ralph Angel has moved Darla in with Blue, and she's not comfortable with that. And I understand that. She wants to make sure that her sobriety is intact. She doesn't want to do anything to disturb that. So she's making sure she's following rules, not becoming a dependent and getting comfortable and backsliding to what she used to do. So she's very hesitant. But Ralph Angel's like, you know what, don't worry about it. And girl, what are you doing? Ralph Angel's fine. Let him take care of you. But she's like, no, I want to do this the right way. So what she does is she goes and sees Charlie and asks Charlie, does she have a job that she can do on the farm? And Charlie looks at her resume. Her resume is a little spotty, but Charlie's like, you know what, let me just take a look at it and we can see what we can do. Okay? So, Ralph Angel, she comes back and Blue is having a fit. And Ralph Angel's like, he can't find, what's that doll's name? The Cynthia doll. I can't think of the doll's name. Karen? The Cynthia doll is missing. And, Blue he is not having it. He is wreaking havoc. Where's my doll? I want my doll now! And Darla's like, Ralph, I need to talk to you. And she tells him, hey, I threw the doll away. And he's like, why would you do that? She goes, because I felt that the reason that he had that doll in the first place was to replace me for the mother that I never was to him. And Ralph Angel's like, no, that's not what that's about. You know, you always gonna be his mother, but that doll is something special, something we'll never understand. So, Ralph Angel actually goes out and finds a dumpster that Darla put the doll in to go find it. He's in there digging and the cops show. I'm like, oh my God. Oh my God. Is he getting ready to go to jail for dumpster diving? So it's a white cop and a black cop. And the white cop's like, what are you doing? He's like, I lost something, officer. He got his hands up. Because, you know, we got to act special when the cops come around. And there's a black cop and he knows Ralph Angel. So y'all help me out here. So they get to talking and they were talking about what they used to do back when they used to hang out. They used to be boys and Ralph Angel saved him. Now, am I picking up that he's a transgender? Am I reaching, like, he didn't want people to know who he was? Was he a woman? He transitioned into a man? Or was it that he was a street kid and he transitioned into a cop and he didn't want the cops to know because they'll treat him differently? Put that down in the comments. Maybe I should go rewatch that part again, but I picked up on he was somebody, but he didn't want his new surroundings to know who he was. I know that much, but I couldn't figure out if he was a transgender or if he was just a delinquent or a hood rat. Oh, you know what I'm trying to say. He wasn't of the law. and Ralph Angels accepted him for the way he was. So let me know what's going on there. So they didn't find a doll. So Ralph Angel goes back. So let's talk a little bit about Aunt Vi. So Aunt Vi is ready to make these patty pies. Do you hear me? She got sweet potato pie, bacon maple sweet potato pie. She got lemon meringue, lemon supreme, bacon cheeseburger pie, all kind of pies. So this is what I really didn't appreciate. You know what I hate when somebody wastes your time? If I come to you and you already got it made up in your mind that you're not going to do something, don't sit up here and waste my time and get my hopes up. Tell me, be honest with me. So she goes to this cafe, I believe, and the lady's paying her dust. And she's like, well, you know what? At this time, I'm not looking to spend any more money. Well, why you didn't tell me that? I sit up here and prepared a sales pitch to you, and you knew from the get-go. And then here's added insult to injury. Well, when some other people buy, let me know, and I'll think about it. So I understand. Aunt Vi was distraught. So Aunt Vi went and put her do-rag on and got in her bed and cried a river. And Hollywood, he is such a good man. He goes, listen, you can lay up in this bed and I can lay up here with you, but I'm not finna sit up here and let you sulk. If we're gonna do this, we gotta be in this together. And I want you to pick it up and we're gonna go ahead and see this through. We can't stop. We're in it now. And she's like, okay. So they go to this other cafe. And the guy automatically like, at least he was honest. Whatever you got, I ain't buying it. And he's like, it's too hot in here to be listening to a sales pitch. And Hollywood, they work as a team. Hollywood was like, well, where your air conditioner? I can look at it while you can see what this lady has to talk to you about. He's like, it's around back. So Hollywood goes around back to look at the air conditioning. And Vi, she tries to go on her sales pitch. And she's like, you know what? It's too hot. Why don't we let the pies speak for themselves? And the guy tastes the pie. He's like, ooh, that's good. Patty! So I think she got a boost of confidence, and I think he's gonna buy some pies. So we're gonna see where that's at next time. So Nova gets back to Charlie's loft, and she's blessing, I guess, with the sage and everything. I know they do a lot of that in Louisiana. They bless and banish spirits out the houses. I need to banish some spirits in my house, but we'll talk about that in another video. And she's like, it's going to be okay, Charlie. You know, the sooner you let go, the sooner you can become into who you are. So, again, another therapy session for Charlie. And Charlie actually tells Nova, you know what, as soon as you accept who you are, you will be a better person too. Which goes back to her and Dr. Dubois went out for ice cream, and he tells her that he likes her. So she invites him out for coffee the next day. And she goes, you know what, I like you too. So they're courting a little bit, so we're going to see where that goes. I like them together. They're going to be a dynamic couple in this show. So last but not least, we have Blue Darla and Ralph Angel. And Darla went and bought a new ball. She's sitting there, a new doll, and scrubbing it on the porch and stuff to make it look ragged so it looks like the old Cynthia doll. And she gets a phone call, and it's Charlie. And Charlie's like, hey, Darla, you know what? I am completely swamped. I would love if you would come be my office assistant. She's like, can you start tomorrow? Darla's like, yeah, all right. So she tells Ralph Angel, she's excited. She goes, guess what? I got a job. He's like, okay, tell me about it. With his fine, sexy self. Tell me about it. It's with Charlie in the mill. Ralph Angel's whole demeanor changed. He went stone-faced, like. And I'm confused, like, why? I thought y'all, what's the problem? There's always this conflict. Also, what happened that I didn't mention is, Vi told Hollywood that Ralph Angel has this letter. Even Hollywood's like, he doesn't need to tell his sister that he has this letter because it's just going to create additional conflict that no one needs. So, I believe next episode we're going to get into that, and Ralph Angel's going to tell them, listen, I got this letter. I mean, Ralph Angel, I don't understand. We take one step back to go one step forward to go 2 steps back. I thought they were cool last episode. They were painting the house or getting Charlie moved in. Everybody was cool. And here we are again. Darla needs a job. Charlie needs some help. What is the problem? But anyway, that is my review of Queen Sugar Season 2, Episode 4. Please put down your questions, comments, and thoughts down in the comments. Like, comment, and subscribe. And I'm Miss Moffat. I'm sitting on topics, ready to spill the tea, tell all the gossip. See you next time.